G'day, I'm Stuart Chignall. This is a video about me making a new axe handle for a Japanese Carpenters Axe that I've had for a while. And I'm also going to start doing a new format of videos where I'm going to do a short version and a long version. Short version so people can get an idea very quickly. Long version, it's got more detail, more instructions, more information. So, hope you enjoy. So this is a Japanese axe I got off a guy I know who imports a whole stack of tools from Japan. It's a Japanese Carpenter's Axe. Now a lot of my tools I haven't used them in a while, and they've gotten a bit of rust, so I've got to clean them up. But anyway, the handle on this one, unfortunately, it broke, and I haven't got round to replacing it until now. So this is a piece of ash that I've got. I split this out of a log probably a year ago. It was an ash tree that was cut down by the council. It's not the best piece of wood. As you can see, there's a lot of these little deviations around knots that were in the rest of the log. It's okay, and we'll see how we go. Of the handle blanks I've got, it's the best I've got at the moment. So these Japanese axes, the handles are fitted in a way that's very different to a modern Western axe. So with these axes, what you do is you fit the handle's about so big, and then filling up the bottom of the eye of the socket, you have a wedge, a solid wedge, and rather than a wedge that splits the handle and then spreads it to secure it in the socket of the axe head, you actually have a wedge that kind of resembles the wedge that would hold a tenon in place in a mortise and tenon joint. So what I need to do with this this black blank here is I've got to shape it down so it'll fit within that hole, and then I've also got to shape a wedge that'll come in from the other direction to secure it. So this is a process of working with the carpenter's hatchet to rough it down, and then a series of planes to smooth it and do the final shaping. Okay, I got a bit carried away with making rather than filming, but this is what I've come up with. This is this blank, which has turned out pretty well. Now there's a few bits where there wasn't quite enough wood to clear away before we got down to thickness, but we'll see if we can get rid of some of those in a sec. But this has come up pretty well, and there's a few distortions in the grain that we've got here, but that we'll cope with that. Now these lines I've got marked out are the lines where I'm going to be cutting, rounding the handle with this draw knife. That's the next stage, is to sort of round this handle and get it dressed up and get it ready to fit to the axe head. So that's the next job. So I'm pretty pleased with how this is coming up. I've got the handle mostly done. The bits where the head is finished or fitted to, I haven't finished because I've left it oversized. So if you can see there, it's a bit, good deal wider than the axe head. So I'm going to come back to that when I do this next step. And the next step is cutting the wedge. So before I shape that to suit the axe head, I'm going to cut the wedge. And this is a piece of ash. I'm not sure if it's from the same tree as the handle, but it's from the same load of logs from several different trees I got at the same time about a couple of years ago, I think. So yeah, this is a piece that I've split out of one of the logs, and I'm going to shape this into the wedge. And that's the next step. I've been reshaping the handle where the head fits, and I got the wedge made. Wedge blank for the wedge made. And I'm now in the process of fitting the handle to the head. Yeah, don't do that because that's sharp. not sure you'll be able to see this in the video, but let me see. In here, in the head, there's a little bit of a dip. So it's high here and it's high here, and this is hollow. So what I think is meant to be the final fit for these heads is that there needs to be a bit of a crown. So here it is, all finished. I'm very, very pleased with it. It's just it's beautiful to hold. There was not quite enough wood in the blank so that I could scrape off all the weathered wood. So we've got a little bit of a divot there with some grey wood. That's its good side. On the other side, there's a little bit more, but that really doesn't affect its form, how it works. It just feels great in the hand. I'm so happy with it. Now, I'm not sure if this was a good idea or not, but I purposefully left this a little bit curved up so that it would force the wedge up and away to help it bind better. But that might have also decreased the friction here. So time will tell as I'm using it whether that was a good idea or not, and we'll see. I'm not quite happy with the way it looks. I'm not sure I like that gap there, just the aesthetics of it. But well, look, if it works and it works well, then I'm not going to be too fussed about that. I've still got the rest of the wedge if I decide to redo it. But this is just this is a beautiful axe, and it's a joy to use. I was really disappointed when I broke the other handle, but that happens. And this thing it's ready to go, and I'm really looking forward to using it. And to show you how ready to go it is, so I don't have the hairiest of arms, so it's a bit hard for me to show you this obviously, but not sure if the camera will focus on that, but it's sharp, and I've now got slightly less hairy arms. So thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it, hope it's useful to you, or even just fun. And if you did enjoy it, it'd be great if you could subscribe to the channel, or even better if you could subscribe to the Patreon campaign to help us get Hedgerow Farm established. We'll be doing a whole stack of stuff with hand tools like this. Some of the buildings I want to build, just for kicks, we'll build entirely by hand. So stay tuned for the next video, and we'll catch you soon.